Welcome to Wildlight Worksheet lesson number 31. And to start off, we're going to be telling whether each figure is a quadrilateral. And our definition is right here, where it says a quadrilateral has four straight sides and four angles of all closed sides. A trapezoid is an example of a special kind of quadrilateral. So, look at number one. Here we have, oh yeah, let me specify that it has to have exactly four. So, number one, here we have one, two, three, four, five sides. So that already tells us that number one is not a quadrilateral. Number two, here we have one, two, three, four sides, but we only have one, two, three angles. So number two is also not a quadrilateral. For number three, here we have one, two, three, four sides, and we have one, two, three, four angles. That tells us that is yes, this is a quadrilateral. And number four, here we have one, two, three, four, five, six. Actually, no, you can't even consider those angles because it's a circle. It's a circular shape right here. So the second there's a circular shape, this is already not a quadrilateral. So number four is no. For number five, we have a triangle, which is one, two, three sides. So it's no. And number six, we have one, two, three, four sides, and it has one, two, three, four angles. So number six is yes. Other name for quadrilaterals, here we have parallelograms that have two pairs of parallel sides and two pairs of equal sides. Rhombuses, which have two pairs of parallel sides and four equal sides. Rectangles have two pairs of parallel sides, but this time they have two pairs of equal sides, and if they have four right angles. Squares have two pairs of parallel sides, four equal sides, and four right angles. And trapezoids have two acute angles, two obtuse angles, and one pair of parallel line sides. So let's start looking at number one. Here we have one, two. We have two equal sides. So these sides are equal, and these sides are equal. And here we have one, two, three, four right angles. So that tells us that, oh, it's a rectangle. So number one is rectangle. I want to write rec for short. Number two, here we have two parallel sides, and we see that there are two equal sides, just like the rectangle. But however, we don't see any right angles because there's no straight. It's completely straight. So this tells us that it's a parallelogram. So I'll write par for short, or para. Number three, here we say we only have one acute side, or one acute side, or two acute sides technically, or one pair of parallel sides. So that tells us that that's the only one that can be is trapezoid. So number three is trapezoid. So let me write trap. Number four, here we see we have two pairs of equal sides, and we have one, two, three, four equal sides, and there are no right angles, so the only one this can possibly be is rhombus. So I'll write rom for rhombus. Now, for this page, we'll be using quadrilaterals to answer the question. So, number one to ask, which quadrilaterals have two pairs of equal sides? Well, we can see that A does not have has two pairs right here, so that's A. See that B also has two pairs, so right B. C only has zero pairs actually, because all sides are equal, are different. D has two pairs of equal sides, so we'll write C. And E, or I mean not, let me replace it. I mistakenly wrote C. Alright, D right here, and replace, that'll be our final one, because E is all different sides. Two, which quadrilaterals have no right angles? And we can see that A, C, and E have no right angles, because they do not have a 90-degree angle in it. So we can write A, C, and E. Alright, for our word problems, number one, Colin drew a quadrilateral with four right angles and two pairs of parallel sides. What could he have drawn? So we our main hint for this one is four right angles because most of them have two pairs of parallel sides. So let's write it out. Actually, no, let's not, we don't have to write it out to figure this one actually because remember only two quadrilaterals that have four right angles are squares and rectangles. So that tells us that the only possible ones that you could have drawn are rectangle or a square. Number two, Dante drew a polygon with five sides and five angles. What is the name of the figure he drew? Well, you can only answer this one when you know what the abbreviations are for sides. So we know that for a quadrilateral, well, it has four sides. But this one says it has five sides and five angles. So when you have five, the word you use is penta. So for this one, it's gonna be pentagon, as penta stands for five.